Boing, boing. Hello, and welcome to the first video on this channel. My name's Zero Sauce, and I'm gonna be talking about something. I guess I'll be talking about this channel first. So, my plan on this channel is to basically just talk about art and do art. It's a method for me to motivate myself to do stuff, but also to share what I like to do with people. My first type of video, I guess, would be tech. I'm gonna do 4 types of videos. Four. Wow. Boing, boing. Types. First type, it's gonna be called tech. Something to do with tech. These names are still in working, so I'm gonna try to figure it out. I think I'm gonna call it like that some tech or something fun like that. And that's gonna be like a Photoshop tutorial thing. So I'm gonna be mostly going over. Oh, this is not coming out as well as I thought it would. Okay. I'm gonna be going over like Photoshop tech and like basically going over. I'm gonna start with basics, but then move on into more complicated stuff with like technical Photoshop. So like what you can do with filters beyond just slapping them on stuff and calling it a day. What can you do with all these tools on the side? I'm definitely gonna do something on the pen tool because it's like my favorite thing here, and nobody I talk to at least uses it very much, and that's a shame because I want to evangelize about how good it is. The next type of video, these are color coded by the way. I'm gonna color code these videos. I think the tech one is gonna be the blue one with the polka dots. And then I've got an orange type video, and this one is gonna be more about art as a concept. I'm gonna be talking about like, I don't know, like color theory and composition. I really like character design, and I think it's a good way to push myself to research that so I can get better at it, as well as just share it with people. So something to do like that, characters. So what was I trying? Like, here's some Mario. Yeah. Okay, I promise they'll be better than this. And that's gonna be the squiggly ones, I think. Squiggly and orange. The intros of these videos are color coded, and they have different patterns on them, so that's gonna help you identify what you're watching, I guess. We've got a pink video, and that's gonna be it's a drawing. It's like a draw along. So that's gonna be like a drawing tutorial, quote unquote tutorial. It's more like I'm just gonna be like picking a thing, right? Like let's draw a Pikachu or something, and that's what I want it to be. I want it to be like let's draw something. So I want it to be like we do something together. I want to like walk you through how to start it, but like everyone's gonna have something different. I don't want to be like this is how I draw and this is how you should draw it, because I think that's how like a lot of like drawing stuff happens, is that you see it and you're like, oh, I need to replicate this. But what drawing really is just taking what other people do and then applying it to how you do it. So like I find something that I like to do when I draw is like everything step by step, very like logical, and I want to share that with people, and maybe that'll help some people, because I think for me, I found that everybody draws very intuitively, or not everybody, but a lot of people do, and that's great because they like make really great stuff and it's very natural to them. But for me, like drawing is very step by step. It's very, okay, I screwed up, how can I go from here, or like this is what it looks like now, what's the next logical step, and it pushes me to like finish. I guess so like you'll see when it happens. So I guess I'll draw a little Pikachu here. Oh no, everything's everything's bad. Okay, let me draw a better Pikachu. Bigger eraser. Oh yeah, so most of everything I'm going to be doing is going to be on Photoshop. and I've been thinking a lot about this and like how I want to do this. Like for the drawing stuff, do I want to have like a like a camera on paper or something? But that's like all that setup is very difficult, and honestly, most of what I do is on the computer anyways. So I figured, like, I mean, like for draw along stuff, you can grab a piece of paper and you can draw along with me, because like this is just a piece of paper on the computer. So it should be fine. I've got oh frick, he's got the freaking things on his ears. Perfect. And so I can get the color. The last type of video is going to be this type of video. It's like a turquoisey, but like darker. And this one is just gonna call it like the doodle cast. And this is gonna be, that's an S. That's why. Cast. And this is gonna be where I ramble, like I'm doing now, where I just kind of talk. I'm gonna pick a topic. Maybe people can send in topics or asking me things. I don't know if anyone's watching this right now, but you know, and I just want to talk about whatever. I'm gonna pick a topic and I'm gonna talk and I'm going to work on something, and what that is like work on my own personal art stuff, like just pictures of whatever I want to draw, I guess. And this one's like it's the only one that doesn't have any, I guess, educational value to it, art wise, I guess, because like all the other stuff is like I'm gonna teach you Photoshop, or I'm gonna teach you art, and I'm gonna teach you drawing or something. And this one's just gonna be, I'm gonna talk about whatever. It's just an outlet for me to talk about whatever. And then I'm just gonna work on something on Photoshop, I guess, because that's probably where I work on most of my stuff. And then we're just gonna record it, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna have a great time. And it's like a podcast. And I was thinking that maybe I can get like other people Skyped in or something, and it'd be cool, and they can talk and I can draw. And once again, it's like, it's good because I want to make content, and it's also good because I'm also pushing myself as an artist to make content. Yeah, so that's what all this is. So I guess this is gonna be the first Doodlecast episode. Yeah, and so that's what this is. These names are still working. I think I really like Draw Along, so I think I'm gonna stick with that one. I like Doodlecast. I'm gonna stick with that one. There we go. And I like That's Some Tech. I'm probably gonna call it the blue one. That's Some Tech. That with a that's some tech. I don't know. And the concept one, we'll see. Yeah, and so I guess this is the first episode of the Doodlecast. I'm not sure how long I want to make these videos. Like half an hour, maybe. We're like 8 minutes in. That's fine. So for now, I guess I'm just gonna start working and talking about something. I don't need this anymore. Okay. So basically, why I started doing this stuff is I wanted to, I guess, create a space where I can talk about stuff. I like to talk. Not that I like to hear my own voice, but more like I just like to talk. I feel like it helps me a lot of like what I do is like I think and then I talk, and talking helps me put my thoughts into a linear format, and it's also like a distraction for me. I find that when I'm like working on stuff and I'm not talking to people, like if I'm drawing and I'm talking to someone at the same time, I feel like I'm more productive than when I'm drawing and not, because like I'm too focused on the drawing and it makes everything like, oh, pressure or something, because like because that's what happens when you try to make stuff. You get really stressed out about like, this isn't turning out how I want it to be. But if you're just like talking to someone but you're drawing at the same time, I feel like it helps. And there's nobody to talk to at home when I'm drawing, so I'll talk to you guys, whoever's watching this, I guess. Yeah. So, and yeah, a lot of, I don't think I'm gonna like finish anything in one episode of like the Doodlecast. I think a lot of what's gonna happen is that I'm going to start something and then work on it over like a couple episodes of the Doodlecast. So I guess that means I can record more than one episode in one go, or something like that, you know. And we'll see where this goes. I guess I think most of the time I'm going to be doing Doodlecasts. I think I try to like to have an even spread of everything, but we'll just see how I feel. Doodlecast would be the easiest because like once I start something, I'll just have the next thing to do, because I'll just like not shut up, just stop the recording, start the recording, talk about something else, and then just keep working on the thing I was working on before. But for everything else, like, you know, we'll see where this goes. I mean, this is all just an idea right now. I obviously haven't started anything except for this episode of whatever this is, and we'll see where this goes. So I guess right now I'm just starting, just working. What I'm working on is a thing in my, I have a little sketch of it, but I'm trying to make it into a final thing, and it's like a bunch of intestines with eyeballs in them, and I want it to be nice colored. You'll see when it's done. Hopefully when it's done, you'll get where I'm going with this. I want you to be, yeah, this is a good spot for you. I think this will be neat. I'm excited because this is the first video, and I've been holding off on this for a while because that's how things work when you want to put stuff out there. You get really stressed out about putting stuff out there, and then you don't, because you're like, it's not going to be good enough. And now I'm just like, okay, ready for the most first awkward video of this channel, hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. I have a lot of faith in my potential to be more awkward. But I also hopefully have a little more faith in my ability to just continue. I want to make stuff. I think that's what I that's what I want to do in my life. I want to make stuff, and I want to talk to people about making stuff, as well as like I really like watching other people make stuff, or like seeing the results of other people making stuff, and making stuff with people, right? So all these things that come together into what this channel is, right? I want to talk about making stuff while making stuff. I want to talk to people about making stuff, and then I want to see what other people have made. I think with the draw along, I want to have a way to like share some sort of like social media thing that I can like that sounds really like, it's not like voyeuristic, I guess, but it's like I just want to like, I want to see what you guys draw with the draw along. So maybe like I'll start like a Tumblr tag or something akin to that, so that like, you know, even other people who are like me and like seeing other people, because it'll feel like a community, right? I'll like be like, hey, today we're drawing this, and then I can check it, and then everyone else has also drawn other stuff, and other people can look at it and be like, wow, look at all this cool stuff that other people also draw. And I think that'd be neat. I think that'd be really neat. So yeah, these circles here, I'm gonna make them into eyeballs. This one, well, because I want this one like this big. This one should also be around the same size. So this one. Draw my stylus here. I'm drawing on Cintiq, which is really nice. These things cost a fortune, but if you're planning to get into digital art, it's definitely like, it's just, it feels really like good. Well, like, okay, so a lot of stuff, when I'm like finalizing stuff and I'm doing a lot of like precision work, I'm doing a lot of like with like the mouse still, because like I want it here, so I click here kind of thing, right? But with the stylus and the Cintiq, it makes like sketching things out and like starting things really easy, because if not, you're either drawing on a piece of paper and scanning it in, or you're starting from scratch with like a pen tool, or you're drawing with a mouse. And like there are alternatives to tablets out there, right? You've got your Bamboo and your Intuos, and that's all like Wacom stuff, but like there's like obviously other companies, but that's like what I think of on the top of my mind, is that everyone's got like an Intuos or a Bamboo at home, and that's great. People like draw stuff that's like better than what I draw on like an Intuos, and that's crazy, because it's not impossible for me, but for me it's so hard. I have real big trouble with the disconnect of like the stylus not being where the drawing is, and that's because most of the time I doodle on paper, I guess, and that's like where all my ideas start. But then when I want to finish them, I want to bring them to the computer, but then I can't but it's difficult when it doesn't like come out the way I want to, because I'm not like accustomed to how the stylus fits how, like, because it's like you have to have this weird hand-eye coordination where you're like moving the stylus. I'll draw it down here, because you've got your tablet, you got your screen, and like moving it here is like moving it here, but it's not the same thing, and that's annoying and bothersome. And I feel like a lot of times when I do that, all my drawings are very like, they're slanted and at a weird angle, and like I've done things where you prop it up on like a 90-degree angle or like a 45-degree angle, and that's supposed to help, but I think my brain's just really bad at that, so I opted to go for this route, this is more expensive, but like it works, which is nice. So I guess this, like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm just gonna talk about my working process. I'm just gonna ramble, right? This is what this channel is. I'm just gonna talk, and whoever's gonna listen is welcome to listening to Zero Sauce. My real name's Caleb. Welcome to listening to Caleb, or Zero Sauce, however you want to address me. Talk forever while doing stuff. That's neat, maybe. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Just gotta get these like little fat lines. That's what I call them. These little like fold lines. So that's what happens when things are like pudgy and squishy and gross. Okay, and maybe like an eyeball in here, and then I want like a thing. So like what I did first was that I had a sketch, and usually what my sketches are is they're more than one sketch. I have like an idea in my brain, like a concept, but I can't visualize it, so I have to like keep drawing similar things until it comes out as like something that I want to do. So like for this one, I like the idea of like something like how intestines look. I guess, or like balloons, okay, like balloon animals, but then like I wanna turn that into something, and then so like I draw a bunch of squishy tubey things, and then I find that like it's boring to just have the squishy tubey things, so then let's put something in there, and it's like, well, these things are kind of creepy, so then like let's put some more body horror in there, I guess, and so like now it's like squishy tubey things and then like eyeballs, which is fun, I think, maybe. And then that came this idea, and then so I just drew a bunch of squishy tubey things with eyeballs, and then I came to a sort of composition that I was kind of happy with, and then that's what I am at now. And then for people who just make us, I don't know. That's like for me at least. I find that's a really good way to draw. I know there's people that they just like start and then it's good, but I'm not one of those people. And I honestly, I think that like even the people who just start and it's good, behind the scenes they've been working really hard. I don't know how to explain it. I don't believe in talent. I think some people are more attuned to certain things than other people, but I think regardless, everyone has to work really hard to get to where they are, to be good at what they do. So like it's like when you listen to YouTube and like, wow, it's so talented that their voice is like that, and it's good that like maybe they just have like a certain quality of voice, which is really nice, but like they must have had worked on that. Like they didn't just come out the womb and they're like, oh, I'm singing now, time to make a YouTube channel. It's like they still worked at it one way or another, and I feel like that's like a cheating way to be like to devalue the amount of work. Like that's, I don't know, because it's obviously the people who say that aren't devalue, like trying to undermine the work of the people who are quote unquote talented, but at the same time it feels like it's like devaluing the amount of effort they put in when you say like, oh, they're just talented. And it's like, no, they felt like a certain attunement to something, and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to do this a lot, and then they got good at it because they did it a lot, and then they're like, well, now I can make something of it because it's something I love. Or maybe it's not, and they do it anyways because like whatever, opportunities, I guess. Yeah, so that's how I feel about talent. That whenever you see someone and you're like, that person has talent, what it means is, man, that person worked really hard. And like obviously for some people it might take less work to achieve the same results, but I don't think there's ever a situation where somebody's good at something and it takes absolutely zero work. Like there might be, I might be wrong. That's a possibility, but like I personally believe that people put work into what they're good at. You can back off a little bit. Yeah, that feels a little better. And then I want you, maybe you'll look this way, and then you'll like peek out. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just an eyeball poking out of here, hanging out with you today. Okay, but you're gonna be an oppressed eyeball. You're gonna get squished in on, yeah. And you're gonna look down because you're not happy about that. And a lot of what I do, when I'm talking to no one, I'm like talking to my drawings. I find that helps. It's like rationalization of something. It's like when I personify my drawing, I feel like I work with it better because I feel like I have to cooperate with it, because like I think drawing is a lot of, you don't know fully what you're doing because you're just trying to take an idea in your brain and then put it on a piece of paper, unless if you're doing like still life or something. But like most of the time, this guy's too big, I think. Most of the time it's like you're just taking like an idea in your brain, and like whether it's like an idea you made up or like it's a Pikachu. I don't know. Pikachu's like always my default when I talk about drawing stuff, because a lot of people are like, hey, can you draw a Pikachu? That's not true. Nobody asked me to draw a Pikachu except for like this little kid one time. But like it's, Why aren't you a circle? I find it helps because when you talk to it, it doesn't respond back, but then your brain answers for you. Like when I was like, why aren't you a circle? It's like, because I didn't draw you a circle. and so the answer to that is, I'm going to erase you out of existence and then redraw you as a circle in the size that I prefer, because he was too big before. I'm actually really liking how this eyeball over here is going. I'm also worried about like the volume of recording, so I'm always like constantly backing away but also leaning forward, because that's my default when I draw. I just lean forward. But I'm gonna try to stay at a regular volume so you guys aren't like blowing your ears out, or I guess I'm not blowing your ears out, your earballs out of your head. Eyeballs are the things that people have. Earballs are not real. That was that was just me talking to myself, confirming why that statement felt weird to me. Yeah. I don't. Holy crap! We're at like 25 minutes. That went by quick. Maybe I want to like reach a point where like I feel like I can stop for a bit. So I'm going to keep drawing, I guess. But I wanted to benchmark myself at half an hour. That's fine. And then I'll have one that it's like, this will be like a W one, cause that'd be interesting. But then I'll have to have one here. So yeah, so this is how a lot of my drawing works. It's like I have an idea, right? Like, so like this is a W thing. I want this to be a W thing. Well, then how do I get it into a W thing? Well, then it has to be propped up. So I was either gonna tuck an eyeball in there or like have a hook. I guess this is a hook of like intestine flesh. But then I don't like how this is like parallel to that. It looks too much like legs or a butt or something. But I like this little dip here. I guess I can like curve it back in. Yeah. There we go. But then like zag it this way. Yeah. Yeah? Maybe. Oh yeah, frick this guy. I didn't freaking finish him up. Okay, eyeball. Ollie, Ozzy. Oi. Well, I want one looking at us. At the viewer. Will it be this guy? Maybe this guy will look at people. Hey guys, what's up? Well, that's not exactly looking at people. That's fine. Doesn't have to be. No, I don't like it. I don't like that. I like that they're like looking around their own world of whatever I've created. Okay, this guy's looking up. That's fine. He's like, because he's got this thing in his face, and he's like, what the frick is this? And then this guy is like peeking out because he's like stuck inside, and he's like, what's going on? These are like the cores from Portal, you know, if you guys played that game. And then I want this guy to be looking down because he's got the oppression, because this thing is on his head, on this head that this eyeball has. And this guy, you know what? I want him to be like embracing this fleshy tube. A lot of things that I'm not sure how I'm getting. Well, I know how I'm getting to saying these things, but like it's whatever. Okay, and we are and he's gonna be here. Like this, and he's gonna be like, I love you thing in my face. Why? Okay, no whispering. Whispering's creepy. I don't want to whisper to you guys. I don't. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I've got some over here going on. I can take advantage of that and loop that back up. But now it looks like it's too far up. So I'll loop that this way. You'll go up like this and create like a little butt cheek with yourself. Maybe? No. Go out and then come back in. Out. And then back in. Down. Back in. Downwards. You know what? Yeah. Why don't you like fold over this way? And then like that. Yeah. Okay. And then you're like this. And then I'll just have some rando go this way. I mean, in some of the sketches of these, I have like the insides filled. Like there's gaps and they're filled with like blackness. Like I've got some gap here. I don't know if I want... Because right now I'm filling the gaps with eyeballs. But I don't want too many eyeballs. I've got 3 on this side and 1 on this side, and then maybe I want 1 more. Yeah, maybe I'll put like 1 more around the bottom. But I don't want like in the middle. I don't like. I have this weird thing where like I really like symmetry, but then I don't want this to be symmetrical. Put like this, and then I think that's an okay shape. It looks a little here. I have a hotkey on my Photoshop to flip something horizontal. I think that's really helpful because, well, like it helps me like improve my drawing and look at how I draw people. Like for example, like I had this thing where I always drew people and they were like slightly slanted this way, but when I like could see that when I flipped it, for some reason like my eyes are lopsided. I don't know, it looks fine to me, and then I flip it and then it doesn't look fine, and then when I flip it back then I understand why it looks slightly off, and then because that's important, and you can't really do that on, well, you can if your paper is like translucent enough that you can flip it over, but most of the time I guess you can't. But there's solutions to that. Just get good. I guess. I need to finish up this bottom half. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I want this to go this way. I want you to go like that. I'm just gonna clean up this lines a little bit so I get a better picture of like what's actually going on, because like, so that's the thing, right? I find a lot of times when I draw, I sometimes tend to leave things a little sketchy, and that's because the vagary of it, the fact that it's like more vague, makes it easier for me to digest as something's like better, because I can use my imagination and fill in what the final work would look like. But that's a bad habit because then I don't actually finish things properly. Well, it's not a bad habit. That's like, it's like, it can be stylistic, but it's a bad habit for me, personally. Because when I finish things, I want them to be a little cleaner, and I can't achieve that because I'm not practicing on what things look like when they're cleaned up. But I think I'm getting somewhere. Let's go on like this, right? Yeah, that looks okay. I mean, like, I've got these little gaps here. I can just fill those in with black, and that'll look fine. Because, like, if I don't have this W, and I just have it as, like, something that's, like, slightly lifted up, and then... No, but then it won't, like, have that, like, shape to it. Okay, no, it's gotta be a W. But then how do I get it to look the way I want? It feels too heavy on this side, so I'm going to try to... I mean, I can just loop this down. I just wanted like something to be like partially lifted, and that's fine. If I erase this, will that look okay? I'm gonna erase most of this actually, and then start over from this part and see where we can go. So I want this and curve that down. No, but this is nice. I like this. But I can... yeah, I'll just, I can throw another one in there later. But for now, I want this shape. But that looks like it's like coming off from that, and it's not, so I don't want that. I want, like maybe like a U shape. But like a lopsided U, so like this. It's just not wide enough. Maybe I need some more like girth on this side. No, I don't like that. I like this sort of like, because right now I've got kind of like a diamond shape going, which I actually kind of like, but it feels very like too pointed. It feels more like this, and I think I want it to be like wider at the bottom. so this is what when it comes down to what composition is, right? You're looking for like an overall general shape of like what your drawing looks like. Well, that's like a very generalized statement of what composition. There's more to composition than that, and we can explore that later. But part of what it is trying to get a more generalized, like a very good general shape that's appealing to the eye. Well, yeah, most of the time I draw on gray, and that's just because it's like a middle tone. It's not like a perfect middle tone, but it's like, so then that way I can work white onto it and work darker onto it, and then leave like empty space like the rest of this gray as like middle, so I just get a better feel of like how colors feel on it. Because like when you work colors on white, it feels very not great. That's like what values are all about, and that's like this is gonna be interesting because there's a lot of stuff that like I don't really fully understand, but then like if I research it more so I can talk to you guys about it, then I'm gonna understand more, and that's gonna help me improve, and it's gonna help you guys improve, and yeah. Maybe I can squeeze one more eyeball down this side. If I do it like... But now it feels like lopsided again. Maybe if I rotate it, I'll feel better about it. Actually, kind of. Okay. So this is a really great thing about Photoshop, is that like, because like sometimes things just look better a certain way, and you can't really like figure out how to get to that spot, but like you can like stretch things and shrink things, and that's really helpful for like people like me who just can't commit to something until like it looks really good. And so I can just kind of like fidget things around. Like sometimes like I'll like feel like, well, I want this to be shorter, so I'm just gonna take this and like cut it and then just slap it down here, and then like it like now you can get like a better general shape of like how things look, and it's like rough and it's messy, but like it's a good quick way to just experiment. And that's just what like gets me going, I guess, because like honestly, if you want to get good at like art or drawing or whatever, all you need is to just keep doing it, and like whatever it takes to like keep yourself not motivated but like working, right? Like because like for me, a lot of it is like I'm bored, so I'm going to doodle. That's how I started, right? And then now it's like I want to make cool stuff, so I'm gonna doodle. Or I have an idea, so I want to doodle. Or I'm bored and I want to doodle. And like it's just like something to just get you to keep doing it. Like is a mental thing, because like before I'd reached a point where I had plateaued and I stopped making stuff for a while because I said I'm bored, I'm going to play video games. And it's not like I don't play video games anymore. I still do. It's just I play less because I want to focus on making cool stuff, because then I got really like upset that I stopped making cool stuff, and like I don't know, it was something, it was weird because it's something that I cared so much about that I didn't pursue. It was like, yeah, it was like I cared so much about drawing and then I stopped, and it makes me upset that I stopped drawing and I'm not good at drawing anymore. And then but then it was like this weird of like, why, if I cared so much, why did I stop? And the answer is because it takes work and sometimes I'm lazy. And it's, yeah, I don't know, but it's like a good kind of work. I think that's where I am now, is that like I've kind of not turned it into, but like I've realized more that it's like a good kind of work. It's a work that I'm happy with doing. That was a really weird pacing for that statement, but you get what I mean. You know, I thought like when I started this, even when I started this episode, I thought it'd be like a lot tougher to just keep talking, but like this is fun. I actually really enjoy this because I have an excuse to talk to nothing and I don't feel like a crazy person. Holy crap, we're on like 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna work till 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna call it, and I'll continue working on this on the next episode. I guess today's their episodes. I have yet to figure out how I'm gonna format these, because like I guess I'll start with like the draw along or the doodle cast, and then I guess I'll maybe like I guess like these kind of have to be sequential if you want to see the progress of the art. Or maybe I'll just like make playlists for each finished piece, and then if you want to watch the progress of the art, you can watch that, because I might take breaks from pieces and then work on like a different one in between. And if that's the case, then you're not gonna see, like, well, what if I just don't feel great about this one and you don't see this one for a while, like, you know, but then you want to like eventually just watch as a whole compilation of something. I don't like how like it's like a straight line down here. I'm gonna break that line. I want you to go this. Oh, I can have a little W moment here again. Okay, I'm gonna bring you up a little bit then. And so like, yeah, like so yeah, depending on how things go, if I have another idea that I feel more good about, or just want to work on immediately, because sometimes you like you have that, right? You're like inspired or whatever, and you want to work on a certain idea more than other ones, then you might not see this one for a bit. And if you want to eventually, in the end, just watch it all in one go, then, you know, I guess I can make a playlist and then that will work. Yeah, I'm just trying to break this like straight line thing I've got going down here, because I don't really like it. Because it feels like it's cutting it in half, and I don't want that to be the case. I guess like maybe this much is fine. No, you know what? No. You don't go over there anymore. You don't go down there anymore. Now you are gonna go this way, and you're gonna go this way. That's a little better. And then I guess you loop upon yourself, and now you're over here. But now I've got this gap in the middle. I don't want there like to be a big space in the middle. What if I remove you? So that's like, I think this is a lot of what people don't see when they think about art. Is they think that like it just happens, and sometimes it does. Sometimes if you're really lucky, it just happens, and you don't have to think about it, and it just feels really natural and really great. But a lot of times it's like you're working and you have an idea, and then halfway through you have to change stuff up and you have to problem solve. And that's for me, that's like the fun part of it. That's like my favorite part. I like it's like kind of being like looking at the finished work and being like, I problem solved my way through this one pretty nicely, and I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, now I broke down this half line, and we're at like 45 minutes. Oh, I wanted to finish this sketch first. Okay. And I said I was gonna throw another eyeball in on this side. Okay. I don't like how that's flush like that, but I can fix that. You're gonna go like this, because now that's how you are, and then you go down this way, and then okay, so this composition, it's like looking a little better to me. Maybe, yeah. Maybe if I flip it again. Okay. So something that just like occurs to me, I was like, okay, I flipped it, and then now it looks like lopsided weird, and then I'm gonna like move it over a bit, or not, and then that feels better to me. And then if I flip it again, is it gonna look weird again on the other side? No, now it looks better, just off how it's placed on the document, or canvas, if you'd like to get artsy about it. But then I kind of lost the diamond shape. Maybe I'll turn this bit into the diamond shape. So let you hang loose, you'll chill out, and then you're gonna sneak in under here, and then you're gonna, oh yeah, and then that fills that gap pretty nicely. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna move you over so that you're more like forward. There we go. Maybe. Maybe if I brought this up higher, because I don't like how there's like a straight line across here. I want it to have this more of a bowl feel. So I'm gonna bring you up, and then you're gonna end up over here somehow. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even draw another eyeball. That's fine. Because if I draw another one like right here, that's gonna be too many on the same side. 4 is okay. I wanted 5. I mean, I can still do 5. I could bulge out here and make another one, but then if I do, it's gonna be like 2. Because I got this guy looking down, so if it's looking up at him, that's gonna be weird. I don't want them to communicate. I want them to be individual. It's just talking so. Oh man, I don't want the freaking eyeballs that I drew to talk to each other. That's too old. Yeah, let's try slipping a guy in here. So we're gonna pull you out this way. Yeah. And then you're this guy. And then there's gonna be an eyeball in here. And you're gonna be looking... No, I don't like that these two would be looking the same direction. You can look this way, nobody's looking that way. Why don't you look right? Why don't you look right? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna draw an eyeball over here. Have him looking the direction I want him to. And I'm just gonna throw him in there. Dunzos. Garbanzos, everybody. Oh crap. Merged layers. Okay. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay, then my next step is I'm gonna outline. Oh man, it's gonna be a freaking hour, dude. What the? Should I split this into 2 parts? Well, we'll know in post if I split this into 2 parts, or I might just upload this. It's just like I had a lot to talk about this time, and hopefully next time it won't be, or maybe they'll all be just like maybe Doodlecast will just be longer. You know what? Frick it. We'll just go for an hour. We'll just aim for an hour. It'll be cool, everybody. I'll hang you down here and then bring you back up this way. Yeah. That's good. Cause now I got my diamond shape back. But this one up here is like going this way slightly. Like this one is slanted this way. So like maybe I want to like slant it this way as a sort of. But then it's like heavy, right? So it wouldn't really. But then if it's pulled up a certain way, I guess it's fine. Okay. So slant you this way. And I want you to go up here. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that looks pretty good in my brain. And then you can go. You can go up and over and then into yourself. Yeah. Okay, you'll just go up and you'll bulge up a little bit. You'll sneak in front of this guy. And then you'll just go back into yourself. But first I gotta close this guy off so that you can very clearly. I think I'll have like different segments be different colors so that they'll stand out a little more, then like start blending into themselves. I want you to be a little thicker. There we go. It's looking pretty snazzy so far. Don't say so myself. If I do say so myself, I guess, because I'm the one who said it. I don't know how that statement works. And now it looks lopsided again. Because I think like I got this line going like this. So that was my fault for trying to slant it the other direction. That's fine. If I rotate it again, maybe it'll just look better. Oh yeah, I need to finish off how you end. So I'm just gonna stop you right here. This one looks bad for some reason. I'm gonna fix you. I think it's just like a lot going on in this section. Okay, also, you know what? I'll bring you out a little more on this side, just so that we can fill that space a little better. And then make you into a 3-fold instead of a 2-fold. make you a little thicker. And then, what did I have going on here? Oh well, we'll figure it out. Maybe that can just be it. I'll just go down a little bit, and then that'll be that. I'll hint at it bending. No, that's weird because I don't want like if I like bend it back up this way, it's just gonna like be this weird W thing, and I don't want that. Because you're like this. You know what? This is fine the way it is, I think. I'll just fix you up a little more so that you have a proper direction to go. Okay, I can do this. So then now you're gonna bend up. You go through here. And then you're gonna turn into this guy. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that looks fine. And then you are gonna go this way. Yeah, you'll go like in front of this guy a little more. There we go. And you'll like sneak in over here. And then the reason why I draw like in a color, like a blue, I guess in this case, is because of like, just helps me see. It's easier on the eyes. There's no like real reason. Well, I guess that's the real reason. Maybe I can just like fill this a little better. Okay, let's try. So you're gonna look a little more like this, right? And then, because I just like, I don't know how I feel about having these gaps here, but I can fill whatever I have with like darkness, so it's fine. But I'm gonna try to eliminate them as best as I can. Yeah, okay. And then, frick, what the? Oh, and then you go this way? No, because then, like, how does that work? Okay, no. You go down here. Yeah, okay, and then you slot yourself into here. There we go. And then we have a close there. And then we just fill this spot with darkness. No, I should fill that in with something. Okay, so we'll close this off first. And then we'll, oh man, I just realized I like stopped talking a lot. This is difficult. I said it was easy and now I think it's difficult to just keep talking. I'm gonna rotate again. Maybe if I flip it, it'll help. So like this will be one segment, and then maybe yeah, that's good, because then now like these two are not parallel or like beside each other like this anymore. Now it's like this a little more. Yeah, and then you'll go here. Yeah, that feels a little better. Okay. Whew. Okay, we've got 2 minutes to an hour, so 1 minute to an hour. So I'm gonna quickly make a new layer. I'm just gonna throw some colors on as like a test. So I'm gonna make this gray. Okay, so first thing's white. So turn off the transfer so that my brush is just pure white. And we'll whoop, whoop, whoop. So I know where all the eyes are. And then I want to color things a certain way. So I'll start with like a fleshy pink. Okay. So can't be touching that, can't be touching that. I want like 3 colors probably. And then like a light blue. I have this thing where I really like putting like pastel stuff beside not pastel stuff. If that makes any sense. I'm just gonna arbitrarily put these down for a bit. Put this over here. And then put this over here. So this is where the problem solving comes in, right? I want to make sure that I'm not touching the color with itself. Okay, and then I bring in my third color. I'm just doing the colors of the channel, I guess. Orange. I guess I need 4 colors to make this work. Okay, what's another pastel-y color? Like a green? Yeah. Frick, what the frick is going on here then? I'm so close. I just got that one gap and everything's touching it. Oh no. This is like killer. This is like ruining my life right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe if I have like a purple, that can go here. Is that too many? There's too many colors now. You know what? Why don't I just make that all the yellow then? I'll just erase this gap here. Transfer back on. Go back to here. Shrink the brush size down. Fix this up. I want this to be a bit of a bulge actually. Yeah, that looks a little better. Yeah, and then I can fill that with the yellow, and then we'll be dunzos. Dunzos, garbanzos. Woo! That was scary. So obviously this isn't a finished product, but it's turning into something pretty neat. I'm excited to see how this finishes up. We're at like an hour and 5 minutes, so I'm gonna call it now. We'll see if this gets cut into multiple pieces or not. But thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.